Alright, so other than the fact that I forgot my tripod so I can record this video in a proper manner, I am over here at the town center place. I'm coming to the any lab testing so that I can get my testosterone free and direct total just checked. I've never had my testosterone checked, so this is something new for me. I've had blood taken from me before, but I think it's going to be a fun thing knowing what my testosterone levels are. And I wanted to get it done specifically now because I'm going to change up my diet. I'm also going to be changing up my training split, and I want to see where that adjustment takes my physique, because I'm in a place where I'm ready to transform my physique to the next level. I've been doing a bro split, PPL split hybrid these past couple months, and I'm kind of in a situation where like I'm kind of getting bored of it, because the same old switcheroo over and over again, and I'm ready to try something new. But I also feel like this training split, this new nutrition plan that I'm going on, is going to help me achieve that physique that I want a lot more efficiently in terms of energy, how I wake up feeling every single morning, every single day, the mentality that it will provide for me, the mental clarity, most of all, that it will give me in order to rule the day, in order to get my day done. Because after all, the nutrition, you are what you eat. So you are what you eat. What you put in is going to determine what you can put out. So for me personally, I think that the nutrition that I take in has a lot to do with how I will feel on day-to-day basis. I definitely saw a change when I first started my nutritional plan that I'm in now, and I feel nice about it. But there are moments where I'm crashing because I feel like I'm having too much grain. Dude, there'll be moments where I'm eating cereal with protein powder just so that I can hit my macros. And as soon as I have that meal, I'm tired as hell. I'm trying to go to sleep. I don't feel like I have the energy anymore. It's bad. I'm crashing. So the diet that I'll be trying is more in the sense of a primal diet. I'm going to adjust it accordingly. I'm going to personalize it, specialize it to my liking, so that I can use it efficiently, and so that I can do the most for my mental and for my physical. So it'll provide some clarity for me, and it'll transform my physique. So that's where I'm at right now. I'll have my appointment in about 10 minutes. I can't see the time. My car's turned off, and I'm recording right now. So it's about 15 to 10 minutes. So we'll see how that goes. And that's how I plan on transforming my physique. Just efficiently, kind of moving the needle in terms of my training and nutrition, and finding better ways to implement it. I think that's about life, trying new things, going out of your way to do something new. And especially if you think it's going to do better for you, it's going to provide value for you, you should do it. I think for a long time, I kind of just dwell on it because I was so used to the routine that I was already doing now that I didn't want to try anything else. But I'm also in a position where I'm able to try something new because I'm so young, and I'm also a little newer to this journey. So I have that exception that I don't have a reputation. I don't have anything to lose trying something new. Okay? So yeah. I've also been kind of thinking, a conversation was brought up a couple days ago with a friend that I spoke with. And what sparked the idea in me was a topic of honoring God. How do we honor God? How do I honor God? And that isn't something that really kind of touched my brain the way it has now until back in August. Because back in August, I was in a position where I was running OFM accounts. And it was nice money, but at the same time, I knew it was a market, it was a niche where I couldn't tell people what I was doing. I couldn't be really direct with them. I just say, oh yeah, I'm doing marketing. Well, yeah, you're marketing OFM, yeah, doing OnlyFans. You're marketing OnlyFans girls, bro. I mean, that's How are you going to tell your kids that? How are you going to tell your wife that that's what you do? You're not. You're not going to go about it that way. But I kind of found myself in a position on August of last year where I was like, I need to do something. I need to get away from this. I need to discard of everything that I'm doing here. And so I did that. And I did that because I just put trust in God. I put trust in my faith. I had faith that something else was going to come up, that something was going to come into me. Something was going to touch me, and I was going to find a new direction. And I'd been doing eBay. I've been doing, e-commerce stuff, but it wasn't that big. And I don't think I was really too into it. I don't think it was kind of a misery that I was willing to take in order to move it forward. I think it's something that I'll keep in mind forever. But in that moment, it wasn't really something that drove me. And it wasn't until I realized, well, what's something that you do on day-to-day basis, that's something that you like, something that you're willing to be miserable in. And I talked to myself and I figured, well, you work out, you're eating a lot better now, you've gone to a level where you saw progress in the gym, you transformed your physique in the gym. Because to keep in mind, before, I'd been training for years, for like 5 years, and I saw no progress in those 5 years. My weight and the terms of compound movements that I was doing probably went up like 50 pounds or 60 pounds at most on any given weight. It was bad. I mean, I wasn't eating right. I wasn't sleeping right. My recovery was crap. And I also wasn't training right. I was also training every other day, and sometimes I'd miss days because I'd rather go out to drink and party with my friends, and then I'd be too hungover the next day, and it'd be horrible. My schedule, my regimen was all over the place, and it wasn't efficient. And it wasn't until I logged into my nutrition and into my training that I really saw a change. I logged into my recovery and I saw something. I got to see the fruits of my work. I was bearing those fruits. Finally, it was about time. And to me, it's almost surreal because I spent so long trying to get there, but I was doing all the wrong things. I wasn't applying myself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and most of all, physically. I wasn't doing it. And so once I improved those 4 aspects of my life, I was able to bear fruit. But it took a while, but I was able to finally bear that fruit. And something that I would think about, before, I'd be like, damn, bro, but I'm doing all this work right now, but I'm not going to see any change until down the line, a couple freaking months. But it got to a point where I had my back behind the wall, and I was like, I need to do something. It doesn't matter if I don't see any change. It doesn't matter if I don't see any progress until 6 months, a year, 2, 3 years later. I don't care, but I'm willing to do the work efficiently and correctly now so that I can bear that fruit later on in life, later on down the road. And that's where I'm in right now. I'm seeing the progress. I'm bearing the fruits now, and I'm ready to take it to the next level. I'm ready to transform myself. I'm trying to be the best possible version of myself forever. This is a lifestyle to me. This is something new that I'm trying to do. Other than implementing my training and my nutrition and trying to transform that, I've also, for the past month, I've implemented not getting drunk anymore. I'm still going to go to social settings. I'm still going to drink, but I don't see the good in getting drunk. There's no point. You're stealing time for tomorrow to live in that moment, and you're stealing the happiness. It just isn't worth it. I've never gotten drunk and been happy the next day because I always wake up hungover. I wake up feeling like crap. I wake up nauseous, lethargic. I have no energy. I don't want to get anything done, and it affects the routines that I have in place set for that day, the plans that I have for that day, the work that I need to get done so that I can move the needle. So getting drunk is off the table for me. I've applied myself mentally and spiritually and emotionally. I feel different and I feel great. If you would have asked me a couple months back, 6 months ago, how I felt, I'd probably be like, I've felt the same since 2019. I really don't feel any different. But now I have direction. I have a sense of of passion. I have that conviction because I'm doing everything on day-to-day basis. I'm doing everything every single solitary day to move forward. But that's what I wanted to grapple on. More so, the title of this video is how I'm going to honor God. That is how I'm going to honor God, by improving not only myself, but those around me, in the sense of I will be a better version of myself, so that those around me will see me and be like, oh my gosh, how do you do it? And I want to provide that information for them. I want to provide that value for them. I want to be able to guide them. So that's where I'm at. Title of the video, how I'm going to honor God and how I'm going to transform my physique these next couple months. That's how we're going to do it. And I don't know what time it is, but I got to check, see if pretty sure I got to get my testing now. Well, that was fucking fast. Got my blood taken. I was in and out in pretty much 5 minutes, and majority of the time was just me waiting for 3 minutes. Sat down, got my blood taken. It kind of did hurt, but I've never really been one to be afraid of needles, so I just took that shit and looked at it. All cool. But we'll wait for those results, and we'll see where we're at. 4 days. 4 days for those results.
Don't drop that. I want to